Peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting.
Nintendo.
Flesh, bone, bound together with the oddest magical incantation. This wretched book is where it all began so long ago, before time, before humanity. I am Dr. Edward Roivas. I am a clinical psychologist. I am also dead. This is not my story, nor even the story of the Roivas family. It is the story of humanity. Like it or not, believe it or not, as you will. Your perceptions will not change reality, but simply color it. Humanity has been on the edge of extinction for 2 millennia, ignorant of so much and dependent on so few. The Guardians grow restless. Their time once again near. Whether by fate or misfortune, my family has crossed their path, and they didn't take kindly to it. Their attention turns to my granddaughter, for she is the last of my line, and the last hope for humanity.
Hello?
Miss Alexandra Roivas?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Inspector LeGrasse of the Rhode Island Police. I'm sorry to disturb you, but there's been an accident with your grandfather.
I'll be on the next flight out.
Ah, Miss Roivas. I'm pleased to meet you. I trust you had a pleasant trip?
Yes, I suppose so, considering.
Yes, my condolences. This is most unpleasant. It's a shame we couldn't meet under brighter circumstances.
Yes, it is. Can we get this over with, please?
Of course. This way. But I must warn you, it's not a pleasant sight. I'm afraid there's not much to see. Miss Roivas, is that your grandfather, Edward?
Yes, it's him. He's wearing our family ring. I don't understand. Why are you showing me this? Can't you check dental records or something? What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. It's my job, lady. You're the only living relative, and no, we can't check dental records. There's no head. None of this makes sense. There's no sign of intrusion, and there was certainly a lot of force used here. I have never seen anything like this in my 20 years on the force. We have no evidence except for the body, and what's left doesn't say much. We don't have a single clue.
Well, you better find out who did this. I am not leaving Rhode Island until you do. There must be some clue in this old mansion revealing what happened. I want answers.
So do I. I wish I had some.
I had no knowledge of what was to come, nor did I care. How the knowledge changed me, it will also change you. As you read this, you will come to learn fear as I have. You too will come to understand, or you will perish. To think that once I could not see beyond the veil of our reality, to see those who dwell behind. My life now has purpose, for I have learned the frailty of flesh and bone. I was once a fool. Where is quies candamest? Where is conservandain? Facusatis aquae sumat, et animus eorum confirma. Pugna huis, dia sit modo prima multarum, si inceptum conficiamus.
Quam primum, Centurio Augustus.
Volo res
I would like to
militaris.
compliment you once more on your battle tactics. Our enemies did not have a chance. Do you believe that it really exists, Centurion?
I do not doubt our Emperor's beliefs, or his orders. But if we are to retrieve the artifact, then we must be strong and patient. Come to us, pious Augustus.
Can you hear me now? Apparently there was a glitch with my microphone. Glad you brought it up. And here I am talking like an idiot for 10-15 minutes and nobody could even hear me. For fuck's sakes. But anyway, welcome to the chat. Hopefully everything goes smoothly now. It's just been one thing after another, but I think we'll be good now. Watch I say that and then the whole fucking thing will die on me. Think a survival horror game, like kind of like Resident Evil, but more with magic involved, and the game likes to fuck with you at times, which we won't see until Chapter 2. Right now, it's basically the introduction level. And as I was trying to say, apparently nobody could hear me, Eternal Darkness is actually one of my favorite games of all time, and easily in my top 10. It's a little bit easier than games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, but what it lacks in difficulty, it makes up for in a lot of other things. The game is very rich in little details that you probably won't even notice the first time playing, but like sometimes, like a perfect example are the flames on those torches. Sometimes they'll spark and your character will react to it. It's like little shit like that, and I love that stuff. And this game is just chock full of it. So this is basically teaching you how to do the lock-on and how to target certain body parts and that. Something I've already been doing, but that's because I've been playing this game for shit, probably 15 years, if not longer now. So, easiest way to deal with these guys is basically chop their head off, their arms, and there you go. Now the finishing move, well, screw it, I'll leave that until it actually makes sense to talk about it. Oh. Detail. Push the button, yes. Making me look bad, game. I don't like that. Alright, so basically here, which is actually pretty cool, these three things are called artifacts, and they're essentially how you decide the difficulty for the game. As they, depending on which one you choose, it'll determine what enemies you face, what story elements will be, and I mean, the story, for the most part, follows the same thing, but each one, like I said, has its own different stats and that. Blech. So basically, green is easy, blue is medium, and red is hard. And the game expects you to play through it 3 times to get the real ending. And I think this time we're gonna go with... we'll go with this one. A strange sculpture resembling a red-clawed worm mysteriously floats above the pedestal. Should Pius claim the artifact? Yes, he definitely should.
Eons have passed since then, and I have learned much. Chatturga's power filled me, invigorating my dead body. With a touch, I could level buildings, rend the ground asunder, and channel power such as mortal men could only dream. Face me, and you shall surely perish.
Okay, Alex has acquired a Tomb of the Eternal Darkness. Basically our little hub menu, and I think it gets used a couple times for puzzles and that. So essentially this page wasn't highlighted before, but now it is. These pages are basically your chapters. They'll let you progress to the next chapter, plays a new character, and get going on that. And I didn't grab this, I'm an idiot. An ancient Roman weapon, gladius, is on display above the fireplace mantle. Another token of selected junk. Never heard that word before. Oh well. Equip that. Although probably won't need to worry about that for a good while. So, chapter page, The Binding of the Corpse God.
I cannot say what was the true beginning, nor am I sure of its end. So perhaps here is the best place to start. I am reminded of ideas I first encountered in Sir James George Fraser's book, The Golden Bough, a study in magic and religion. We are overwhelmed by a very human need to weave a web of meaning where there may be none. Since time immemorial, ancient peoples have dressed up their lack of knowledge as gods and demons. I have discovered that sometimes the fates of gods and mortals intertwine, and legends are born.
Thy time is done, great ancient. Forever in shadow will you be master of chaos, and to fade to nothing in obscurity will be thy fate. My master has planned many millennia for this day. It is the true chaos of all things that you now must be entombed amongst the beings of flesh and bone.
You have a great monument here, Mantarok. It is a pity that no one will ever recognize it as yours. May the darkness claim thee, crawling chaos and damned beast. No longer will thy reign be kept over the ancients you have kept imprisoned. Thou hast seen the last of this world.
Mythical fables can keep me amused. There has to be something to do around here. I only wish something that fantastic and of higher purpose could happen to me.
Okay, so now, as you can see, we're on to a new character, a new chapter. And you can tell by her health bar, definitely a lot shorter than Pius's, and she's pretty frail, so that's why they kind of give you this right off the bat. A statue of a goddess delicately sculptured from sandstone. It casts an alert eye over everyone who enters the temple. There's a strange necklace around its neck. Should Elia take the necklace from the statue? Yes, she definitely should. And this is basically going to act as your healing item. Now, the interesting thing about this is that you have to stand still while using it, or else it'll cancel out the thing and you'll lose a point on how many times you can use it. You can only use it up to 10 times, and for me that won't be much of a problem, but I can imagine for the first time player who's still kind of getting used to the game and hasn't really played games that much before, it can be a little nerve-wracking, so little stuff like that helps. So, as you can see on the bottom, well, they kind of showed, and I fucking stepped on it. Great. Okay, when located by creatures, the sanity loss occurs, causing a decrease in the level of sanity meter and the character to pulse screen. Beware, sanity loss affects perception and eventually health. So this is the main gimmick. I'll read it right here. This meter represents a character's sanity. Every time he or she meets a monster, his or her sanity will get lower. The lower the sanity meter gets, the more the character will hallucinate. And essentially this will fuck with your character in every sense of the word. Now, normally, most people like playing on the green path because you can lose sanity the most. Like, a lot quicker with these guys. But I figured give myself a bit of a challenge this time, and why did I do that? Well, I guess I should show it. But performing a finishing move on a creature recovers sanity, which, if you want to rob this game of any of its fun, by all means do so, but if you want to get the most out of Eternal Darkness, you keep that sanity meter as low as possible without it draining your health every time an enemy sees you. And we'll see pretty soon. Oh, don't step on that. Here we go. Okay, yeah, I did get it. Shit. Because that would have sucked if I had to go back and go get it. The puzzles aren't too taxing in this game. Like I said, I've always considered this like kind of like Resident Evil light in terms of puzzles and that, but in terms of story, atmosphere, and all that cool stuff, get off that. To me, it's so much better. And this is coming from someone who's a Resident Evil junkie, for Christ's sake, so... So, as you can see, this one, it was, if I would have chose the blue artifact, these guys would have appeared a lot more often. And what these guys do, which they can be devastating, when they do that, they'll fucking blow up, and if you're in a room with them, it can be devastating. Small pedestal covered with decorative etchings stands before the wall. The blowgun upon it must have some special significance for it to be the focal point of this display. Should Elia take the blowgun? Yes, she definitely should. And you broke your sword, dummy.
A secret passage in the temple.
Now, here's the main focus of the enemies that I'll be having to deal with this run. Go. Go. No, I won't be able to show it off here yet. Once I get these guys out of the way, you'll see why these guys are a bit more of a nuisance. Go! Like I said, I wouldn't normally kill them off like that, but it's one of those things where you kind of have to in this sense, or else they're going to kill him. And you don't want that to happen because he'll repair your sword. Repair your sword, I should say. Because, as you could just tell right there, the blowgun kind of sucks. Don't get crushed by that. That takes a huge chunk of health. I'm surprised it doesn't kill you outright, but I guess the developers didn't want to be that cruel about it. And an interesting thing about them when you have the two different things that appear in the same room, they'll start actually attacking each other and not try and focus on you. Which is always, I always thought was a pretty cool touch. Now I'm gonna kill this guy because I don't want to get my sanity too low, because if you do that, it'll like I said, it'll start draining from your actual health, and you definitely don't want that.
Stop. Don't go near it.
So, you are reduced to feeding on flesh and bone, Mantarok. How the mighty have fallen. You will surely fester for millennia to come. A slow and torturous fate for thee. You had best leave, young fool, or you will find yourself as food for the dead god.
You are one of the chosen many, flesh and blood. It is now your destiny to fight the eternal darkness. I give you a gift in return for an obligation. The gift is your life, sweet dancer. The obligation is this. You hold one of Mantarok's hearts, the essence of the corpse god. The summit is a source of great power. From those people, you must defend it, lest they use it to destroy what little brightness your world has left in it. Guard it well.
Alright, you got a pole and a heart. Good for you. Now, like I was kind of mentioning earlier, each character has their own stats and weapons and that. Well, that kind of goes to a lot of different things. Like, they even have their own stamina, running speed, stuff like that. It's a lot of effort went into this when it came to differentiating things.
I
fucking love that. I don't love that. Come on, squish him. Yeah! Get. Actually, I should show it off now. So, as you can see right there, it... Get away. Now that I'm out of sanity, it actually started affecting my health bar, which you definitely don't want, because, like, there's 4 of them in there, and that was 4 times those guys fucking took out my health, so... Oops. Do that. Now the nice thing is that once they see you once, that's the only time they have to see you. Otherwise, that'd just be cruel, and it'd kind of contradict the sanity meter, and I'm actually surprised I haven't got a sanity effect yet. It's actually very shocking. Oh well, one will come up sooner or later. Because I'm now done this chapter.
Fool! You should have run. Instead, you will die. Where is the essence of Mantarok? Where is it? I will not ask again, child. Very well, then. You will succumb to the horrors of oblivion.
Hey, what's up? Yes, it has been a very long time. How have you been? Doing the same kind of thing, just being a guy who have no life. Actually, just got a chance to actually stream tonight, so I said, fuck it, why not? But things have been okay, just I'm in Sarnia now, so... Yeah, it's been okay. I mean, I can't complain.
Your presence is long missed, my liege.
Tried going to school this year and kind of fell through, so
from your
just been doing what I've normally been doing, just working and biding my time, I guess.
My meditations reveal a flaw in our plan.
There is no flaw. Mantarok and the others move too slowly to counter our preparations. Once Mantarok is bound, its death will be prolonged for 1,000 years.
How's the stream, by the way? Is it acting accordingly? Is it screwing up in that? It's been... What time is it? It was fucking with me like a good hour ago. Couldn't get the thing to run properly if my life depended on it, but that's because my internet connection out here is shit. Which I've probably talked about way too many times for my own good.
Enough of this. What of this Charlemagne the Frank?
It's good to hear.
Still a concern.
His undoing has been planned.
Considering I had to restart this damn thing, I think once or twice.
Those most loyal to him will be instrumental in his death. Nothing short of a miracle will keep him alive. And there hasn't been one of those for a long time.
From my research, it is apparent that the endeavors of mankind are mere puppetry at the hands of the ancients. Whenever a king vows reform, the ancients move quickly to stifle it. Under the auspices of Emperor Charlemagne the Frank, the new Holy Roman Empire was at the height of its power.
But, yeah, I've kind of been using this as a test run. I'm actually playing this off my Wii U right now, so... Just modded it the other day. So I wanted to see how well it'd work with live streaming.
Deliver this to our Lord and Emperor Charlemagne the Frank. No one but him must see it. They are words for his eyes only. At once.
Sorcery is this? A spell? I am bewitched.
Yeah, I'm actually very surprised how well it emulates a GameCube game.
I have to warn him of this treachery.
It's actually pretty shocking. Like, sometimes emulators on when it comes to like 3D games and that can run kind of crappy. N64 being a really good example of that, but I guess because the Wii U has that virtual Wii in it, and the original Wii had GameCube support, so it'll play GameCube games flawlessly, and it kind of makes me wonder why Nintendo never supported GameCube games on the Wii U to begin with. It definitely would have made it more appealing.
Oh my god, what is it?
What happened? This devil's work. We should get out of here.
You have proven what we have feared the most. This poor man has been the victim of great evil. Look how his body has been defiled, as if something has burst out from inside him. Here, take this for your protection. And find the bishop. He must be informed of this horrible discovery.
Oh, what happened to the one you were building when we were at school? Did it just crap out on you, or are you just looking to upgrade? Oh. Well, that's cool. Sure, you'll be enjoying that once it's over and done with. Fuck, I'm still on my crappy old laptop that was probably running on its last guts to begin with when we were still in school. Oh, I guess I should take this fucker out. Holy, these guys become really fucking resilient once if you don't take them out. Shit. But I'm not taking them out because I want the sanity meter down. So that makes the game worth playing if you keep it down. we finally got one that happened. One of the weaker ones, but... basically...
This isn't really happening!
Oh, I could imagine fucking... probably all the part pieces you have to get for it. Probably a fucking war zone in there right now. Just a little can't say that word right now. Psychological horror right now. How's it going?
To be or not to be.
This can't be happening!
So, how's it going, Heeman? Yeah, I've already done all this. Oh, no I haven't, duh. Well, thanks for that, I enjoyed doing that one. I thought it was a little different. It's one too I could potentially do a sequel to if I wanted to in the future, but I'd have to figure out more broken characters, but glad you seem to like it. I'm actually gonna be, once I'm done streaming, I'm gonna be recording a new, well, the live stuff for a new video, and that should be out in a couple weeks, so that should be good too. I'm actually really excited about doing that one. It's I think it's going to be a really fun one.
So, you have come to return my book.
Your videos too, though, they're actually really, really good. I enjoy watching them.
A quick and merciful death.
You do a really good job on yours, man. Oh, of course, I mean... Well, look at it, you've got me as a subscriber for life. I'll gladly support any of your stuff. Show it off to people and all that good kind of stuff. You're good at what you do, so, I mean, more people should be watching you. Oh well. Guess I could show this off. Oh, I did Eternal Darkness, like, year 1, so... Definitely skip that video if you don't want to be spoiled. I think in my next one I do mention it a little bit. But I gotta remember the script for it. It's hard to say. I talk about a lot of games in the next one, so... Yeah, for sure. Feel free to message, keep in touch. Anytime, I'll gladly get back to you. So you have a good night, man. Oh, it won't be the main focus. It might be a little mention, but that's about it. Like I said, I already did a review on that like 2-3 years ago, so I've said most of what I've had to say on that game. So you don't have to worry about the next one. Oh, well, let's, you'll have to add me on something. We'll have to definitely talk about doing something like that. That'd be actually really awesome, being able to collab with you. I believe so. If not, I'll find you on Twitter and then I'll send you my stuff for like Skype, Discord, and stuff like that if you want. Make it easier to keep in contact. Yeah, you have a good one, man. And thanks for stopping by.
Trying to save him, Anthony. His fate was decided many centuries ago, as is the fate of this world. Despite your faith, there is little to save you from the power of Chitauri.
Who are we playing as next? And that noise freaked me out as a kid, because I didn't know where the hell it actually was. And when I don't know where shit is, I do not like. Probably why Echo the Dolphin freaks me out as much as it does.
Enter by Celadon.
Oh, I definitely recommend it. It's actually one of my favorite games of all time. If you like Resident Evil or Silent Hill, you'll probably get into this. To me, it's easier than those games, but it makes up for it in its themes and other stuff, like the sanity meter and stuff like that. It can be a trip.
Dreams. Modern psychology offers only unproven theories. Some see them as the meaningless tossing and turning of a brain settling into a restful sleep. Others see them as laden with symbols of our unconscious desires. To still others, dreams represent the upwelling of the archetypes, normally hidden deep within the recesses of the human collective unconscious. Of one thing I am certain. After a brush with the ancients, our dreams metamorphosize into nightmares.
have implored you for years. Yet you ignore all my advances. You dominate my dreams, and I can think of nothing else. I fear I desire you many 100 times more than you love me.
My life has become a waking dream, Karim. For weeks, I have dreamed of an ancient treasure, so precious that it changes all life around it. It must be mine, Karim. If you truly desire me, as you say, then you will find this for me. Bring this treasure to me, and I will be yours. Both of our dreams will come true.
I need nothing more than you. You have enthralled me to the point where I can think of nothing else. Promise, if I leave, you will not forget about me.
You need not worry. I desire nothing more than the treasure that you seek. Leave now, Karim, and I shall await you.
And this is easily my favorite character to play as in this game because, I mean, look at that health bar. This guy does not fuck around, and he's also has really good stamina, and he gets really awesome weapons in this game. See ya. You guys though. Can off. No, the thing with these red ones is that, well, let it go by. As you can see by that one, his head drew back, which makes him actually a big deal, and you want to kind of take him out first chance you get. Or else they'll just keep coming back, as far as I know. It's pretty interesting. Kind of goes against the idea if you want to... Don't do that. If you want to... fucking go down. If you want to keep your sanity lower, but it's an interesting way of balancing things out. As I said earlier, the third, when you click the red artifact, you basically put this into the game's hard mode. Which to me, I like the way they handled it. It's kind of cool that way, how depending on which one you pick, chooses the enemies and difficulty you get. And as for how far I am, this is, I believe, Chapter 4, and I think there's 12 chapters in the game, so I'm about a third of the way done. But the game expects you to play through it a total of 3 times to get the real ending, so... it can be... this game can go a good while. It's just a matter if you really want to see that final ending and unlock everything. certain story elements change a little bit, but not by much. If you go for all three. Man lies dead, anointed in blood from the ravages of the Tor sword. The wounds deep and numerous, see fresh blood, precise yet powerful, the result of a man's actions, not a monster's. Yeah, I'll take it. And when you chop their head off, I forgot to mention, these guys become a lot more aggressive. Now we're at the point where that shit starts happening too. Whatever you do, do not let them jump onto you and burrow into you, because if they do, that's an automatic game over. Fuck you, game. I forgot about that. Get the hell off. Bitch. At least you're a green one, so I don't have to worry about doing too much damage. These guys are fucking annoying, to say the least. At least until you get some magic spells, they can be a huge pain in the ass. Spell. Cough. Oh, I already had that one. Shit. Did I already do it? Son of a... Okay. I probably need more. You little prick. Now go in here because this doucher will try and hotshot you because he's he's on the thing, you automatically kill him. And since you can tell my sanity's lower, I'm starting to see bugs on my screen.
My dear Alex, I will always be at your side. There are times when insanity takes hold, and nothing seems right. During those times, I will help you. Fear not, for I will keep the darkness away.
This isn't really happening.
Oh. Well, I gotta go back that way anyway, okay. Just forgetting I keep forgetting that I missed something. Now here comes the best fucking melee weapon in the game. The Ram Dial. Fucking love this weapon. And I don't like you being that close to me. Oh. Very nice. Fucking love this weapon. Not all of it. Where the hell is the other one? Yeah, get out of the way. Get off. Nope. And unfortunately, that's the thing that makes this game kind of broken, is that heal spell. Essentially, you get unlimited heals, and since your magic regenerates over time, you'll be able to have unlimited health pickups in that. Oh shit, I forgot all fucking about you, fucker. I swear I feel like I'm missing something. Do that. Okay, well, I guess not. I haven't played this in a couple of years. Alright, well, you have a good sleep, and I'll talk to you soon. Keep in touch. I'm gonna attempt to try and do the streaming more often now that I seem to might have found out something, so on how to get my stream working properly. But until next time, I'll catch you later. Bitch. This is what I was looking for. Definitely don't miss these. It's a bit of a fetch quest that consists throughout the entire game, and if you miss one, you're done. You can't go back and get it in a later level. Fuck, I love this weapon. Get off, get off. Nope. Oh, why did I do that? Go, 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 go!
Kareem, we will be together forever.
Chandra? What happened to you?
Things change, my dear Kareem. But even though my body is ravaged, I await you.
Who did this to you?
You were gone so long. I gave myself to a nobleman with a jealous mistress. She had me dragged from my bed, and in cruel revenge, flensed with knives. As the last blades were drawn across my body, and my blood cooled upon the floor, she cursed that I would only be with another in death.
So much for thinking only of me. I should never have left.
I have seen my folly, and have already paid dearly. I see so much more now. In death, I know the true value of the artifact which I asked you to find. And it is not for us to possess. If we are to be together again, you must make a sacrifice. Only when that is complete will we be together.
Sacrifice? Why should I do anything for you? You lied to me. Betrayed me. And you really don't look so good anymore.
You must forget the past. Despite who you are now, you will also become something more, just as I have. But the sacrifice must be made. We must remain here and guard the artifact. Dark things will come to claim it, and you must be strong to keep it from them. Without your sacrifice, the world will fall into eternal darkness.
The things I do for love.
If only.
This
If fucking only.
really happening.
But I think that's a good place to end this off. I'm gonna save. And I think I'm gonna call that a night. So thank you for everyone who joined the stream tonight, as well as anyone who watches this later. You guys have a good night, and I'll catch you on the flip side.